Hello, in this video I'm going to be reviewing right triangle trig, specifically SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA, remember, is just a little acronym to help you remember all of the trig functions and what the definitions are. And right triangle trig is useful if you have a right triangle. So let's review SOHCAHTOA. Okay, so SOHCAHTOA is just to help you remember the three trig functions. So sine of theta, cosine of theta, and tangent of theta. So if you have a right triangle, it is only considered right if it is labeled as a right triangle. So we should label this as a right triangle. And then you need an angle to focus on, so it could be this angle or this angle, and depending on which one is your focus, you'll have an opposite side. So if this is our focus angle, then this will be the opposite side. Adjacent is a fancy word for next to, so this is the side next to the angle. And then the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So, right triangle, this is our focus, this is the opposite side, the adjacent side, and the hypotenuse. If this were our focus, then this would be the opposite side, this would be adjacent, this is still the hypotenuse. So sine is defined as your opposite side, the ratio of your opposite side divided by your hypotenuse. Cosine is defined as adjacent divided by hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, so we know all of these. We can use them to help solve right triangle problems. So let's just do a quick practice problem to make sure you remember how to show your work, because work is very important. So find the value of x. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay. So this is going to be the picture that we are given. So this is a right angle. This is 42 degrees. This side is 18 units of whatever, and this is the side we're looking for. So first thing that's recommended but not required is going to be labeling what side is what. So if this is our focus, then that means that I am given the hypotenuse and the adjacent side. So not required work, but recommended work. first bit of required work is substituting everything you know into the equation. So actually there's one more thing. So not required, but I would recommend going, okay, if I have hypotenuse and adjacent, that means I have, I'm going to use the cosine function. We know cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Now, especially because we're remote, you need to show work. So you're going to start by substituting everything you know. So we're going to do cosine of 42 degrees equals, and the adjacent side is x, and the hypotenuse is 18. Now we want to get x by itself, so to do that we're going to multiply both sides by 18. We get 18 times cosine of 42 degrees. Now this is the exact answer, but we want the as close to accurate as possible decimal answer, round to the nearest tenth. So always have the exact answer and then read the directions. Before I do anything, I want to make sure that I am in degrees because my angle is a degree. So I'm going to go with 84. You want to go to mode, go down, and I'm in radians, so good thing I checked. I want to be in degrees, and then you can quit, so second mode. And now I can compute. So 18 cosine of 42. And we get this nice big decimal, but I asked for the nearest tenth. So our final answer is going to be 13.4, because this is a 7, so round up. And we don't really have any units. Because we're rounding, this is approximately what x equals. So make sure you use like a little wavy equal sign to show that it's approximate. And you could check by substituting this back in for x and doing cosine of 42. So cosine of 42 is 0.743 blah blah blah, so we could do 13.4 divided by 18. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And we also get 0.74. Now it's not going to be exactly the same because we rounded. If you have an Inspire you're going to want to go to settings and document settings and change your angle. So go down to radian, change it to degree. And then you can also do it in Scratchpad. So if you do menu and then actions and go down to so not menu. Oh no, sorry, it's document. It's been a while. If you click on document and go down to settings, document settings, and you can change it. So click degree and then make the changes. And then appliance, yes, okay. And there you go.